Today we're going to talk about how to create Zoom groupings, so breakout rooms that are stable over time. To do this, you're going to have to create the rooms manually and then populate them manually based on some list that you have. And we'll talk about some strategies for how to quickly do that during class. But the first part of setting up the room should really probably be done before class. So what I would do is open up my Zoom meeting for my class 5 or 10 minutes before class starts. And then I'm just going to come here and click on breakout rooms. I'm going to choose a number of rooms I want. If you get the wrong number, don't worry. You can add and delete the next screen. This just kind of gets you there. The one thing you do want to make sure you check on is to manually assign kids. That way, you're not starting with all the kids in weird, crazy places. And then I'm just going to create rooms. Once I have the rooms, I can rename them. So let's call this one the Armadillos. And this group is going to be called the Emus. And let's call these the Giraffes. But once I have them renamed, the nice thing is all of this stays stable. So if I close this window, I didn't just lose all that work. So I can set that up before class, close that window, get ready for class, do my instruction. And when I need the breakout rooms, they pop right up. Now, in terms of assigning students to them, one of the drawbacks of the way we do things right now is I have to wait for people to arrive before I see people on this list. So I have Amy and Lisa in class already, so now I can assign them. And to do it is super easy. Just click the assign button, click on what kid you want in there, click on the other kids you want in there, and then that one's done. Now, the only problem might be is it might be tricky because you're doing this during class time. So it might be tricky to look at a list on the wall or something that you have of the kids in the list. So one idea would be to let kids rename their name over in the participants list over here and say, like, if Amy knew she was part of the Armadillos team, she would write Amy Armadillos and Lisa would write Lisa Emus. And that way, when I went to the assign, I wasn't trying to figure out which kids go where. I would just look for their name of their group in their name. But that will mean you have to let them rename themselves, which obviously can be problematic. So here I am assigning these folks. So if I had to do this in class based on a paper list I had, I would just give the kids like a free think assignment, maybe a writing assignment, something that they could keep track of for 2 or 3 minutes while I kind of populate these lists. Again, the nice thing is once you close this screen, and once you've added people and you close the screen, the people will still be where you put them. So you don't have to worry about that. And I made this extra group because during this activity, I know I'm going to want to talk about student work one-on-one with students. So what I'll do is every 40 seconds or so, I'll grab a new student, have a conversation with them real quick, and then put them back in their group. And you can just pull people out and put them in an empty group like that pretty easily. All right, so that's basically it. So I'm creating the breakout rooms before class, populating during class, and then trying to find some creative techniques for populating them as fast as I possibly can, which might be having kids add their group name to their name in the participants list to make my life a little easier. All right, that's it. Thanks.